Hey, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Hey, God's desire for me. How you doing today? Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. Thank everybody for coming in and spending some time with me. And if you're here for the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please leave a comment and um, yeah. So how's your Monday going? Hey, GT Junior. How you doing? Um, It's been a busy Monday for me, actually. Kind of busy. Had a couple of appointments today. So, yeah. And then been doing a little bit of work in the garden. It's beautiful, y'all. This weather is gorgeous. It was really hot today. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was hot out there. Um, but I had to get out in the yard, of course. Weather for Eagle River. Partly cloudy with a temperature of 41 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the southeast at, I can't see that number, 8 miles per hour. And the current humidity is 48%. Hey, living with the Mayhems. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I just made a super salad for the family. Nice. That's something I don't eat a lot of salads. But I want to eat more, and so I'm definitely looking to start growing more lettuce. I just haven't had a really good luck with growing lettuce. I've grown it once successfully, and it's been a while. And I don't know what was different then. Maybe it was, I think I grew it in the fall that year, so maybe that was what it was. Weather for Anchorage conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the south at 6 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 44%. I don't know what the weather is here. It was warm, quite warm today. Um, well, it might not have been. It might have just been me, but I was in the sun, of course, and I enjoy being in the sun, so I'm not complaining about it at all. Okay, the high was 83 today. It is currently 67. Weather for Montgomery, Alabama. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 67. The wind is blowing from the southwest at 6 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 73%. Hey, my Renaissance Grandma, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. How was your Monday? Like I was saying, it was a beautiful day here. I was out in the yard for a bit of it. Y'all, I don't know if you've seen my shorts or not. Hey, Darth X, how are you? Weather for Nanaimo. Um, Conditions are mostly cloudy with a temperature of 52 degrees. The wind is blowing from the west at 14 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 73%. But I don't know if you guys have seen my last couple of shorts that I did, but I got a green stalk, y'all. So I was going to tell y'all, I don't know if I told you before, but I was going to tell you that um, um, Greenstock was having a site-wide sale. I think it was like 20% off site-wide. So yeah, bonjour. um, that is the extent of my French. uh, how are you? Um, Zach? It's good to see you. But yeah, so I got Greenstop. And so I have questions now. I got to put together my green stock. I have strawberries waiting to put in. Yeah, so I have questions now about people who have green stalks. I got lots and lots of questions. Number one, what's your favorite soil to use in your green stock? I used what I had. Let's see, I got a permanent filling today, so don't ask me how much that costs. Oh, I hope you're feeling okay, Zach. Sometimes that can be a little bit, I don't know what the word is. Stressful. That's what it's stressful. But anyways, but yeah. So I was like, what soil are people using in their green stalks? I just used what I had on hand. So I had three different kinds of soil, and I just pretty much mixed them all up together and dumped them in there because it takes a lot of soil for the green stalk. But I got that together. So I started working on it Saturday. Finished putting it together on yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, finished putting it together on yesterday. And I did plant some things in there too. I transplanted some bunching onions in there, and um, yeah, Nightbot does Canada too. Um, but yeah, um, put some bunching onions in there, and I dropped some seeds for some other things. Bag soil is annoying because every bag is different. Yes, and some of it I don't care for, but once I purchase it, I'm gonna use it, and so that's one of the reasons I mix them, because some are better than others. But I was just wondering, what is your favorite? Do you have a favorite bag soil? Do you have one that you're a go-to brand, or do you just do like I do? I get whatever's on sale. Costco had some organic Miracle Grow potting mix on sale. Um, and so I had a couple bags of that. And then last year, Walmart had Pro Mix organic. I think it was garden soil on sale. I can't remember what it was. Whatever the organic one is by ProMix. And so I had a couple bags of that. And then if I'm at the HD, I usually pick up a bag of the Kellogg's potting mix. I think it's called, yeah, the potting mix. The garden mix has too much trash in it, but the potting mix is usually, um, yeah. I don't like Pro Mix. Hey, Jones Truth, how are you? Ocean Floor and Happy Frog is my favorite. I've never tried Happy Frog. Zach, my mom's my all bag soil is different. Yeah, it is. Um, I have not tried Happy Frog, but I think it's out of my price range. I don't like Pro Mix. Pro Mix, the reason I don't like Pro Mix is it seems to dry out faster, and maybe it's that I'm not getting it hydrated enough. Because it's because it's compressed. Like, I'm thinking it. I don't know. Maybe it has a lot of, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I'm just not getting it moist enough to start with, but it seems to dry out um, fast to me, and it's forever dry. I'm forever anything that I have Promix in, I'm watering it constantly. It just doesn't hold the moisture to me. But Happy Frog is happy because they got your money. Yeah, that part. I don't. Yeah, I think it's out of my price range. Um, but don't get me wrong. I bought Promix. I think I bought three of them last year when it was on sale, and so I used it. I mix compost with ProMix. Yeah, and I probably should do that. Um, I use Coco Coir and Perlite as my base for all of my soil indoors. Yeah, and then the one that I got from Costco had quite a bit of Coco Coir in it. I was it was not bad. Don't get me wrong, it was not bad, but it did have quite a bit of Coco Coir in it. Um, But anyways, like I said, I used what I had. I mixed everything that I had together. and use that. I did not mix sand in. I usually mix sand in with it when I'm putting it in my beds. Um, but I didn't mix sand in it this time because I want to see what it's going to do. But, that part. I was looking for just compost, couldn't find any here. It's mixed with manure. Looks like I'm going on a road trip. Ah, yeah. I have a compost bin and and yeah, so I do have compost, but the problem with it is in order for me to get to my compost, I have to shift everything off the top of it. And so it's a workout to get the compost off because the compost is like the bottom, oh, I would say about the bottom 4 inches is compost, and then everything on top of that is not completely composted yet. And so I have to turn it in order to get to the compost. I don't mind turning it, but I have to be ready because that's a workout. Um, so yeah, but yeah, that's what I was wondering. What soil, is anybody using? And I'm gonna be using the stuff from Costco as long as they have it, because it's a good price, and it all breaks down eventually. So you know that part. But I'm happy about my purchase of my green stock. Um, I actually bought two. I only got one set up. Started working on the second one, but I don't have the first one completely planted yet either. So that's what I'm doing now is trying to figure out what I'm going to put where in it. Um, I want it to be mostly herbs, but I couldn't help but drop some beans in there. I'm dropping green beans everywhere because I want a ton of green beans this year. I want enough green beans to freeze some. I want enough green beans to can some. And if I get enough green beans to can some, then that means I have to buy a pressure canner because I don't have a pressure canner. I only have water bath canner. So there's that. So that's another question for you guys, you gardening people. Um, how much are you growing? I mean, what are your goals for growing this year? How much are you growing? My goal for growing, I want enough green beans that I can put some in the freezer. At least have some to freeze for later. Hey Lisa J, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Um, I want to have enough garlic that I don't have to buy any from the store, which I did that last year. I should have enough this year. I want to have enough onions that I don't have to buy any from the store. I don't think I'm going to get that this year, but I'm working on it. um, I want to have enough sweet potatoes to last me. Um, I would like to have enough sweet potatoes to last me the year, but I don't know. I don't know that I can grow that many sweet potatoes, but I'm gonna try to grow as many as I can. And that's gonna be pretty much all of my space. If I can grow just those items, that's gonna be all of my space. Now, I want cucumbers for eating. I will probably have enough to make some pickles. Um, I'm hoping to have enough to make some pickles, but I love cucumbers, so um, when they're in season, I eat them. I eat as many as I possibly can. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much all of my space when it comes to growing, if I can get that many going. Um, and then for the fall, it's going to be, um, let me see, greens. I'm going to be putting in greens for the fall. Um, but yeah, and then herbs, I need to have at least a quart jar full of well, not a quart, a pint jar of dried herbs, each of the herbs that I'm growing. So like a pint of mint and a pint of lemon balm and a pint of lemongrass and a pint of rosemary. I want that much of each of those herbs. All the herbs that I'm growing, I want a pint dried, not fresh, dried. So I want to harvest enough and dry enough that I can fill a pint jar. Um, and that's a lot. So I don't know if I'm gonna get that. But that's my goal because if I have that much, then I'll be able to make my tea blends that I want to make. Um, and I will have a good start on my apothecary that I want to have. So I'm pushing for that. Um, I dropped seeds the last couple of days. Let me see what seeds I dropped. So Saturday I dropped bunching onions. Sunday I've dropped cucumber, beans, and celery. And then today I dropped lavender. Um, and then last week I dropped another round of beans. So that would be my second and third round of beans that I've dropped this week. So that's kind of cool. The beans I dropped yesterday is just a couple, and the green stalk I just did two of the um, sections. No, not two of the pockets. Each each level has 6 pockets, and so I did 2 pockets of beans on one of the levels. I may do 2 more pockets of beans on another level, but I'm not sure for that. I'm not sure for that. If you guys want to drop your link so you can check out each other's channel if you guys aren't connected, type in hashtag drop. And if you'd like to drop your weather, you can type in explanation point weather space and then your zip code. And then people can connect with you. Yeah. I had another question too I wanted to ask y'all. What seeds did you drop to this week, today, or this week? I am crocheting while chatting today. I am still working on this. This is the last square, y'all. It's not the last one. It's the 10th one. It's not the last one. I'm sure I need to make at least 5 more, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, I'm working on the 10th square, um, and I'll have just 2 more rows left on all of them, the last 2 colors on all 10 of them once I get this done. And then I'll be able to look at how it's coming together. I planted flowers today for my front porch. Oh, okay, what kind of flowers? I have some flowers I want to plant. I gotta prepare a spot for them. But yeah, what kind of flowers did you plant? Azomite is nice. Did I miss something? I know they'll go with in the freezer or can, yes. Fresh eating and preserving. Yeah. It's like I go for raised beds is any type of sea soil, anything that has composted fish stuff in it. Okay. This year my base soil mix is peat moss, compost, sand, perlite, and azomite. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I need to figure out how I'm gonna refresh my beds. What I'm gonna refresh my beds with this year. Um, Not sure. I'm doing things backwards. I'm planting store-bought starts before dropping seeds. That's not backwards. That's just a way of getting it done. Um, Certain things I will get starts for. Um, like probably gonna go pick up some onions. Because I just am not having a lot of luck growing onions from seed. I'm having some, but I'm not getting the number of onions that I really want growing them from seed. So I may go get some onions to drop, um, some starts or sets or whatever those things are, bulbs, whatever they are called. I might go pick up some of those because I want a lot of onions. I use a lot of onions in cooking. I use onions every single day. I need to be growing onions. Okay, I just need to be growing. Use them every day. Oh, celosia, begonia, and columbine. Okay, nice. I need to plant some. I succession planted potatoes and onions today. Yeah, I'm not growing potatoes other than sweet potatoes. One, two, three, four. Um, I don't eat a lot of potatoes. My son does, but I don't eat a lot of potatoes. I do like growing them though. I don't know why I'm not growing them. But and okay, that is today. Tomorrow I may decide that I'm growing them and drop some. I really don't eat a lot of potatoes though. Other than sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, and for a while I wasn't eating them, but yeah, I want to get a bunch of sweet potatoes this year. Um, I'm hoping I get a bunch of sweet potatoes this year. Okay, my finest cross. Onion slips are better than onion sets. I don't, Darthex, I don't know which is which. All I know is I usually get the bundle that's got like 100 in it. And I put them everywhere. Well, I shouldn't say usually. I have in the past gotten those, and I put them everywhere. Um, Wherever I can find a spot is where I put them. Um, but I got some Egyptian walking onions this year, and they're doing good. Yeah, the bundle of slips. Okay. Um, I got some Egyptian walking onions that I got out there, and they're doing good. And so I'm hoping that that'll help me to up my onion game. Um, I'm hopeful that that will help me to up my game. It might not. Um, but I had bunching onions that I got um in a meal plan box in the HelloFresh meal box, and I put the bottoms of those out there, and they grew and it bloomed and it went to seed, and then I threw a bunch of the seed in a container, and now I have like 100 of those. And so I've been taking those out by the bunch and then putting them in different places around, and I have a lot of those um, um, bunching onions growing, which is nice. And those things are huge. Actually, I think, I don't know if they're in I don't know if they are supposed to get as big as they do. They're like this big at the base. Did y'all see that? They're like this big at the base. And some of them are double. Um, But I'm gonna go out in the next couple of days and cut them all off and dehydrate them and powder them up and let them grow again because they're getting ready to go to seed again. And I don't need any more seeds. I've got 1,000 of those bunching onion seeds. My Egyptian walking onions are finally doing good. They were slow starting. Um, I don't know much about them, but someone sent me some, and I was like, yes, that's what I need. Something that will you know, keep producing itself. So mine are doing pretty good. I just put them out there. I put them out during the winter, but it's our winters are mild. My onions get shipped from Dixondale on the 26th, like 200 to 250, I believe. Okay. Somebody else was saying that they got their onions from Dixondale. Veggie Farm. I think she said got her onions from Dixondale. Um, or Veggie Farming, whatever. Um, Stacy, I think that's her name. Um, I've never ordered onions from Dixondale. I've only picked up onions locally, or planted seeds, or got them from YouTube friends. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Have you ordered from them before, GT Junior? I I started onions one year from seed. Inside, I said I was never doing that again. I want Egyptian walking onions so bad. They come like every year, I believe. They they fall over, and where they fall over, the the heads they fall over, from what I understand, and where they fall over the bulblets at the top, where they hit the ground, they come back, they come up. So, yeah. Yes, this will be my third year ordering from them. Okay. Yeah, I've never ordered onions before. I have, like I said, I have bought the bundles um, locally. But yeah, I ordered another. Oh, I ordered another cherry tree from Growing Out the Box. It's Lappins and only needs 4 or 500 chill hours. Look, I'm coming to your house. I'm telling you. I'm coming to your house. I love cherries. I don't know why. I love cherries. I want a cherry tree so bad, and I've hesitated to get one because, um, yeah. GT Junior. I might have a source for Egyptian walking onions. Um, Maybe. If I will check and see if I find a source for them. And if I do, I'll send you some. But they are now. What I've heard about Egyptian walking onions is that um, do not let them dry out. So when you get them in soil as soon as possible, because if they don't do as well if they may not survive if they dry out. I've heard that. But that being said, I will see if I have a source for you. I know of a couple of people who have them, so I'll check and see. I ordered mine from Etsy. Okay. I'm welcome. Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time. I pass right by you on the way home. I haven't been to North Carolina in a minute. And I want to go because my sister is there. But it's been a while. I'm trying to remember the last time I was down there. September. It was September. Yeah, that was the last time I was down there. And I don't know when I'm going back. I might go back next month. I don't know. It just depends. My car has to go in the shop tomorrow. It's got something's going on with it. I'm not sure what's going on, but once we get that situated, I might do a little road trip. I don't know. A special thank you to Melissa P for supporting the channel. Thank you, Melissa P. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah. So I dropped lavender seeds um today. I'm anxious to see if they'll come up. I've never had any luck growing lavender. Cherries collect bugs here. Or there was a lady here that grows cherries, plums, and kiwi. She gave me cherries, and and in the trash they went. Oh no. Well, I think that's something that may happen here too with a lot of fruit. I think growing fruits, it's kind of there's a lot of pest control that goes into it, and most people don't realize that. And if you don't do it, then you don't have a good crop. But it is what it is. Lapins, aka French for bunny rabbit cherry tree, is my next on my list to get. Okay. I want cherries. Gina grew cherries last year. Her cherries were so nice. Um, one, two, three, four, five, and I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Okay, so these are the last two. I gotta do the gray part. Got the blue done. Let's do the gray. Oh, I got a mosquito bite, y'all. Those mosquitoes. I'm telling you. Gina has a lapins. Okay. I plant all my trees with IV Organics. I don't know what that is. Oh, I paint all my trees with IV Organics. I don't know what that is. Tell me about that. What is that? What does it do? How does it work? Y'all look at this. Look at this mess. Do y'all see this mess? Do y'all see this mess? This is a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Okay. Uh, Gina had green alcohol for bug bite is what my grandma gave me. You know what I use? It was the cheapest I found, 44.95 for the Lapins cherries on Growing Out the Box website. I'll have to go check. Um, use the leaves for tea. I wonder, Darthex. Y'all. Uh, Um, I use castor oil, and it's accidental that I found out that it helps. And I don't even know how it works. I don't care either. But what I found is if I have bug bites, after when I shower, if I put castor oil on, um, that the next day they don't itch. It doesn't stop the itch right then and there. It doesn't stop, anything. But it for some reason it soothes them. And so usually I have big webs and bumps and they itch for days and yeah. But when I use castor oil, I don't have that problem. Who knew? So that's what I use, castor oil. But that green alcohol, I don't have any of that. But I can get some. Castor oil is a miracle solution. I accidentally, like I said, I accidentally found out about it because I got what happened is I had got ant bites on my foot, and normally I put castor oil on my feet anyway. That's just when I get out of the bath, I put castor oil on my feet. If I find that it just helps to keep my feet in good condition. And I did my normal thing, and then the next day I was like, I know I got bitten by ants yesterday. Why are my feet not burning? Because they burn, they blister, they do all the things. I hate ants, and they didn't do all the things. And it's like there's nothing it could have been other than the castor oil, because that's the only thing that I did was put castor oil on. And I just I just had psyched myself up. I know my feet are going to give me. Um, What's wrong? I know my feet are going to give me fits, for the next couple of days. I'm not going to be able to wear shoes, blah, 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 ant bites, blah, 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 blah. And it just didn't happen. And the only thing that I did different was castor oil. So, yeah. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Okay. I recommend um I don't know if castor oil is really a miracle solution, but it does help for that. A lot of other things that they say castor oil helps with, that doesn't work for me. So I don't know about all that, but I recommend Stella Rosa. No, Stella Cherry Tree. Self-fruitful, either grafted or compact. It's even better. Lower chill hours and faster fruiting times. Okay. Okay, a bit of research later. I will buy cherries and save the seed. Small bit of time I looked up and it says that the leaves have been used for teas. Okay. Um, I know my dad used cherry. Okay. My dad used cherry leaves and bark for teas, but these were not these were wild cherry trees. Just the regular wild black cherry trees that grow everywhere. I have those in my yard. The fruit aren't anything worth talking about though. But he did use the leaves and the bark for teas. Oh, it makes a bitter, bitter tea. Ugh. But it's supposed to be good for something. I don't know what. My dad made teas for everything. I mean, everything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, and He could tell you what they were good for. I could not tell you. Hold on just a second. Let me look this up in my book. Hang on just a second. My book is right here. 2 steps away. Okay, got it. Man, it's hot in this house. Let me see. I can't see with my glasses on. I can't see without them. Y'all know how that goes. Plant to cherry. Prunus. A, B, C, D, E, F, Q, N, O, P, R. Y'all see this, right? P-O-R-U. Prunus serotina. Page 379. 360, 78, 9. Black or wild cherry. Where found, Cherokee used the inner bark for fevers, warm tea at first signs of labor, cough, gargle for laryngitis, externally as a wash for cold sores or ulcers. The Delaware used the inner bark as a wash for infections, ulcers, swollen lymph nodes. The Iroquois used the bark for persistent coughs, headaches, colds, fever, soreness, lungs infections, bronchitis, cough syrup made from a bark. The Ojibwa used the bark for coughs. Aromatic inner bark traditionally used for tea or syrup for coughs, blood tonic, sore throat, diarrhea, lung ailments, bronchitis, pneumonia. Experimentally, bark components are anti-inflammatory, useful for general persistent cough, poor circulation, lack of appetite, mild sedative, expectorant. The fruits used as a poor man's cherry substitute. Bark extract are widely used in natural cough syrups. Okay, I'm still reading. I'm still reading. It says, warning, bark, leaves, and seeds contain a cyanide like glycoside, which converts to a highly toxic hydrocyanic acid. Toxins are most abundant in the bark that's harvested in the fall. That's interesting. This is for wild cherry, though. Wild black cherry, Prunus serotina. Let me see if there's another cherry in here. I think that's the only one that's in here. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. 70. Go ahead, bud. Persimmon. Hold on. This is so crazy. 380. 379. 374. 76. 79. Oh, choke cherry. Choke cherry's in here too. It's a small tree similar to black cherry. Blah, 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 blah. It has a non-aromatic bark. Okay, it doesn't smell like black cherry. Externally, it's used for wounds. Powdered berries once used to stimulate appetite. Can cause cyanide poisoning. Okay, got the warnings. It's been used widely by various of the native peoples of America, but it gives a warning that it could cause poisoning, so be careful. But that is black cherry, the native one. Trying not to turn on the AC. Psh, no. My AC comes on when it hits 80 outside because if it's 80 outside, it is hot in this house. I cannot stand it. But yeah. But anyway, you guys know this book. Yeah, I've probably shown it to you many times. It's the Peterson's Guide to Field Guide to Medicinal Plants and Herbs. And this one is for Eastern and Central North America. So it covers most of this area. And the nice thing about the book is I'll show you. You might not be able to read it, but it shows you a description of the plant, where the plant is found, traditional uses for it, and then warnings and cautions about it. So um, it's she says how many pages are in that book. Uh, it's a big book. It's 456 pages or so. But it covers a lot of plants because it covers trees and herbaceous plants and woody plants and shrubs. Um, so it does cover a lot of but it's a field guide. It's not it's not a deep dive, but it's like your first. If you see something and you want to know what is that plant, it does have some pictures in it. The pictures are pretty good, and if you want to know if something is edible or something like that, it'll tell you if there are any. I mean, it'll tell you if it's been used, how it's been used, if there are any toxicities that are known about it, or if there's any lookalikes. Because there are a lot of things that you think, say like dandelion, for example. Dandelion is pretty obvious when you see it, but there are some lookalikes um, that you may think is dandelion. They may have the same yellow flower, but it may not be dandelion. And so it'll tell you what the lookalikes are. Her books need to have lots of pages. I don't know about that. I mean, I like books that have like that. I like a field guide, so as a quick reference. But I also I have another book, the Marie whatever, I can't remember, Marie Gladstar book. It only covers like 5, maybe 11 herbs. And it's not a big book. It doesn't cover a lot of things, but it covers those in depth. And so it's everything that you want to know about those herbs. Those are like the 11 herbs. It's totally in depth, and so I like that too. Elderberry. Now elderberry is an interesting one. Um, I have an elderberry, a native elderberry tree. I don't remember where I got it. I honestly don't remember where I got that elderberry from. Let me see if I can find it in here. It I think people treat it like it's a miracle drug. I don't think I'm a miracle plant. I don't think it is 316. Um, but I think it has some good usage. I can't even find it. Oh, I can't see nothing. These pages are shiny and they have a glare on them. So that's 3, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Elderberry. Oh, it's got a big warning up against it. Let me read that part. Bark, leaves, and unripe berries are toxic. Can cause cyanide poisoning, severe diarrhea. Fruits are edible when cooked. Flowers are not thought to be toxic, but the bark, root, leaves, and unripe berries are toxic. That's elderberry. And where is it found? It says I don't know. I can't read that word because I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. It's got a lot of stuff on elderberry. It's got a whole page of stuff on elderberry. It says various research groups have conducted clinical studies on the use of a fruit extract from European elderberry with positive results for colds and flu. Um, It says it's very similar to the European one and that the two species are used interchangeably throughout, though the fruits contain different but similar compounds. Polyphenolic, phenolic, I can't pronounce this word, compounds. Okay. Anyways, it does have a lot of uses in there, from poultices to syrups, to washes, a lot of different things. Hey, Hoodstead, how are you? It's good to see you. Um, Elderberry still seems iffy to me. Elderberry. Well, and that's the thing. There's a lot of things out there that are toxic toxic in certain forms, but are perfectly okay in other forms. And then there are certain things that are toxic in certain amounts. That's one of the things that they told us that we learned in school when I was studying herbicides and pesticides. It's the dose that makes the poison. Um, so be careful. You just have to do your research and know what you're dealing with, and then know what form it's okay in. I mean, it's just like pine, for example. As a kid growing up, turpentine was used as a medicine. Turpentine came from pine trees. It was used as a medicine. But how much do you use? And how often do you use? Because it can cause some problems if it's not used correctly. Same thing with this. Hoodstead is saying that it's the seeds that are poison. So you have to be really careful and know what you're doing. You just don't go out in the backyard and pick stuff and eat it because, well, it's green. It's green. It's a plant. It must be good for you. No, not necessarily. um, it's not necessarily good for you. There are certain things and there are certain conditions that you may have that you may not want to eat certain things. For example, I don't eat a lot of spinach. I used to eat a lot of spinach, but I don't eat a lot of spinach anymore because I had kidney stone. And if you have kidney stones, there's chemicals in spinach that can cause stones to form if you eat a lot. And I was eating a lot because I was eating spinach almost daily and I was doing green smoothies with a lot of spinach in it. Now, um, maybe I went overboard on the spinach. I love it. I do love it. But yes, I can show the cover of the book again. It's just a field guide. It's nothing special. It's Peterson's field guide to, let's see, trying to get it so it doesn't have as much of a glare on it. Can y'all, I don't know if y'all can see it or not. There you go. A field guide to medicinal plants and herbs. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so I mean, you do your own research and make your own decisions. Don't even and don't go to one source. That's the other thing. That's one book. That's a start. That's a start. That book can keep you from, can can tell you if you found something in your garden, you find it in the book and the book says don't eat that, then it may have saved your life. But before you eat something, I would go to another source to find out for sure, you know that part. And just because something has been widely used by some people doesn't mean that you can use it. So, yeah, there's that. But I remember my dad, like I said, my dad used cherry bark, black cherry bark, and leaves to make tea. There's lots of stuff that he used, though. I mean, lots and lots of stuff. And then what did he use the tea for? I don't know. When my dad gave me a cup of tea and said, drink it, I drank it. And usually what was bothering me, right? That part. They used to give Valium to pregnant women. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think about it. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you just have to be careful about those things. You never know. Yep, the oxalic acid can cause kidney stones. Yep. That is true. But once I found out about that, then I started looking into which what things that I was eating that had high oxalates in them, and I started eliminating some of those things. That's why I don't use pepper very often. I do use black pepper when I use turmeric, but I don't use it regularly. Like I used to use it regularly when I was cooking stuff, throwing pepper in this and pepper in that. I don't use it that much anymore like that. I'm really careful about when and how I use it because of the oxalates in it. Not that I never use it. I do use it, but um not as frequently as as I used to. Because I'm telling you guys, you don't have to have kidney stone but one time. One time. That's all it takes for you to make a change in your life. I can honestly say it's the worst pain I've ever had in my life. I remember I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna pass out, but I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I was thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna pass out, but I feel like I'm about to pass out from the pain. I'm like, I feel like I'm about to pass out. I remember the doctor saying to me, we can, it was, I think it was, I don't remember whether it was a Saturday, Friday or Saturday. I think it was a Saturday. Yes, it was a Saturday. The doctor said, we can, remove the stone tomorrow, unless you want to wait till Monday. And I'm like, why would I wait? Can we do it today? I was like, why would I? And this was after they had given me pain shot for pain. It was like we can do it tomorrow, first thing tomorrow morning, or we can wait till Monday. I was like, have you lost your mind? What makes you think I will wait? I thought the man was insane. And it'll be a tiny stone too, causing mine was like I think it was 6 millimeters, which I mean it ain't tiny, but still I think it was like 6 millimeters. I was like, I was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, oh, what time did you say you wanted me at the hospital? He said, okay, I'll be there. I think I was there like 2 hours early. It's like I'm never early for anything. I was early for for that stone removal. Yes, yes, I was. I was early for that sucker. Oh, anyways, I can laugh about it now. Oh, goodness gracious. And on that note, let me drink some more water. Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's actually not funny at all. It was terrible. But yeah, yeah. On that note, let's drink some more water. But be careful. Don't drink too much water because you know that can be a problem too. Oh, I'm making a blanket. I don't think I have. I'm working on the squares. It's a 3D illusion. I think I have a picture. Oh, my phone is about dead of what it's supposed to look like at some point. Well, relatively what it's supposed to look like. Um, there you go. I don't know if it's gonna look like that or not. It's gonna be close. Um, but yeah, there is miter granny squares, and got the colors and everything, and yeah, that part. So I'm working on the last two squares, getting the first five colors done. It has 7 different colors. One of the colors being the color that connects everything together, and then this is 5 colors up to here. The next color, yeah. Anyways, I hope it comes out looking like that. I don't know that it's gonna look like that, but I hope it comes out looking like that. It's kind of an illusion, a 3D illusion. Um, my son sent me the picture and is like, "Mom, can you do this?" And I'm like, "I can try." So But yeah, same. I've had gallbladder pain, and that was enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, so I was gonna ask y'all, any of y'all, let's see, any of y'all that are down in zone 7 and 8, do you grow peas, sweet peas, May peas, June peas, sweet peas? Um, my son does that to me. He sends me food videos. My kids are are like that with me. Mom, can you? Mama, can you? And I'm like, maybe. They think I can do things. He's like, that would be fire. I'm like, everything will be that would be fire. But yeah. Do you go? I've got some peas growing out there. They're purple. I don't know what is wrong with me when I find vegetables that are purple. I gotta have them. I gotta grow them at least one time. They think we're superheroes. Yeah, they do. So, but yeah, I my peas are looking really good this year. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm probably gonna do a short tomorrow, um, or the next day, showing my peas. They're so pretty. Um, you growing peas? What kind are you growing? I think I planted. Um, First of all, I can't remember the name of the peas that I planted. I never get it right. Um, and but I know I think they're called straight arrow peas. I think they're called straight arrow. I'm not sure what the name of them. But I was just looking for some peas. They don't taste as good, but they're so pretty. Um, I have the Alaska pea, the little marble pea, and then the sugar, I think it's called the sugar snap pea. All of those come from the Dollar Tree. And and then I have the purple one. And I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Magnolia. Let me look, y'all. I act like it's like 10 miles away. It's not. It's like 10 steps away. Um, Let me look. We're gonna put here. Oh, peas, peas, sweet. And it's all organized and everything. Y'all will be so proud of me. How organized I am. I crack myself up. See? Look, it says peas. Sweet. Alaska, Alaska, Alaska. Yeah, so I have Sugar Snap, Alaska, Little Marvel, Alaska, Alaska. I have a ton of these, y'all. What's Row? Who is Row? You Grow Row. That's who Row is. Her channel is You Grow Rows. Look, I have all of these peas because I buy peas every time I go to the dollar store. So, so I planted some of those. But the ones that are purple, let's see the ones I actually planted this year. Let's see, I planted the Alaska pea this year. And I plant, yes. Oh, they're called Green Arrow. It's an heirloom non-GMO green arrow pea. This is one, Sugar Magnolia. These are so pretty. Sugar Magnolia. And look at the pea pods. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. Anyways, y'all. Yes, did y'all see this? I have 2 containers full of peas. I should plant some more. But yeah. Oh, Row. Oh, I'm sorry. That's another company. I'm sorry. Okay. I got from Row 7. Row 7. Okay, it's a seed company. One is a purple one I got from Row 7. I grew Sugar Daddies, but haven't grown many of the others. Yeah, yes, Magnolia. That's the one. That one's pretty. It's so pretty. Anyways, peas, 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 peas. I might plant some more. It's kind of late for planting peas though. Peas, you plant those before your last frost here, and they're usually ready in May. What is the they don't like hot weather. 70 days to harvest. Sow seed directly from outdoors in full sun in spring when temperatures are cool. It says 1 to 2 seeds every 2 inches. Yeah, right. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't plant them apart. I just throw them in the ground and put something around them to corral them. And I plant them really close because I'm hard-headed. I'm hoping it's purple broccoli. I like purple plants. Yeah, I do too. I keep my pea seeds and corn seeds in the freezer. Oh, okay. What zone are you in? I'm in zone 8B. It used to be 8A, but they changed it last year. Alabama. 8B, Alabama. Um, but yeah, I don't think they like hot weather. So I usually plant them right about the 1st of March, like a couple of weeks before our last frost date. And they usually do fine. So I've got a bunch out there now. I planted 3 packages of them. I don't know how many seeds are in these packages. I don't know. I just threw the whole pack in an area. I put a tomato cage around it and let them grow up that cage and put some, yeah, that part. It's still going down to the 3rd. Yeah, so you've got time. You've got time to if you wanted to grow some, you've got time to plant them before it gets too hot. That's the thing about it here. All of those cool season things, um, you got to get out there early, or it's going to get too hot for them, and they will either die or bolt. I cannot grow cilantro to save my life. I can't even grow cilantro in the house. It bolts in the arrow garden. Um, I did a little better with culantro last year. It grew pretty good. Not great, but better than the cilantro did. Um, Lettuce and celery, I haven't had much luck with, but I'm gonna keep trying. Um, but yeah, that's one of the things I want to get better at, growing some of the cool season stuff. And it's interesting because in the fall, I've grown lettuce in the fall. Yeah, I put them in on Friday. I do square foot gardening. There's 8 or 9 seeds per square foot. I planted them 7 square feet of them. Okay, cool. What I found with the peas is that you can plant them just as close. You can just plant them really close. You don't have to plant them inches apart like that, and they'll do fine. Um, and they support each other. They grow up on each other, so they kind of support each other. Um, but that's just what works for me. Sometimes what works for me doesn't work for other people. Same way as what works for other people doesn't necessarily work for me. So, but yeah. I was just wondering. That's one of the things right now that they're all of my peas are either they're blooming and they're putting on pods. They're looking pretty good. Y'all, um, Friday is Good Friday, and back in the day, where well, someplace I used to live out, I think I was in maybe zone 7 at the time. That was the planting day. When Good Friday rolled around, people would plant, which is kind of crazy because it varies from year to year. Um, but anyway, does anybody plan on Good Friday? Has anybody ever heard of that planting on Good Friday? Yeah. I think that was in the mountains of North Carolina where people did the Good Friday planting. Um, I think it was. I'm not really sure. Um, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. Those peas are looking pretty good. I'm gonna have a video coming out. I'll probably do a short, like on the peas. Probably do a short on the peas because they're just so pretty. I love the flowers. Anything that blooms in the garden, I love that. Okay. See, yeah, it just depends on where you are. Mother's Day. I know some people don't plant in like in the zones. I want to say 6, 5, and 6. A lot of people don't plant before Mother's Day because maybe it's 4 or 5. I'm thinking of because you're probably gonna get another cold snap. We have had cold. We've had a late frost in May here, but that's a really late frost for us. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little cold snap if it got down into the mid 30s here one more time. Um, I call it blackberry winter because usually the blackberries are in bloom when we get that last cold snap. So there's dogwood winter, the cold snap we get when the dogwoods are in bloom, and then there's blackberry winter, the one that we get when the blackberries are in bloom, and the blackberries are in bloom right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little cold snap in the mid 30s. It probably won't be a frost or freeze, but it'll be in the 30s. God's desire is also in zone 8. I have tomatoes and peppers in my greenhouse and they're growing nicely. I was in zone 8. I think. Are you 8A or 8B? God's desire. I can't remember for sure. 8A. Okay. Y'all know I don't have, well, that's not true. Um, I haven't started. This is the truth. I haven't started any tomatoes this year, but I don't normally grow tomatoes outside. I have tomatoes growing in my hydroponic, and I took cuttings off of that tomato and transplanted a couple of those outside. They are both. I did 2 of them, and they're both kind of in shock right now because they went from a controlled 73 degrees, 74 degrees in here to 80 degrees outside and some serious sunlight. So it's in shock. They're in shock right now, but we'll see if they survive and make it. I'm so jealous. It's still cold here. We get like 3 months of growing time. No, you'll get like 2 to 3 months more growing time than we do. Yeah, yeah. Our growing season is long. Um, Pretty much from March to December. Literally from March to December we can grow. Um, Technically, our first frost is in mid-November, and technically our last frost is in mid-March. But sometimes um, it just doesn't happen. Sometimes we don't get a frost until way later than that. It's like it got down to 38 on Sunday here. Yeah, it was 39 here. I had just pulled my citrus out of the garage, and I was like, it's just gonna have to take it. 'Cause, I'm not moving them back in there. It's like I'm not moving them back. But I had just taken them out of the garage, and but they were growing. It's like it's getting up towards 90 degrees in my garage during the day, and so it's like I can't leave my plants in there. Once the heat starts building up in there, they got to come out. And they were growing. Everything was putting on leaves. So there it goes. It's out there. And most of the citrus is hardy to, I can't remember what temperature. I can't remember. Maybe, I don't remember. Most of it is hardy down to, I think, the 20s. Um, it's like, I have so many blooms on my citrus. Yeah. Citrus needs a little cold. Yeah, it does. And it gets cold in my garage. It just doesn't. They don't get frost on them in the garage. That part. It doesn't get cold in there. I mean, it usually stays up around 40 um in there, but it gets cold. I have so many blooms on my citrus. I had blooms on my citrus, some of my citrus. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna have to show y'all what happened to my one of mine. I think it may not make it. I don't know whether it's gonna make it or not. We'll see. So yeah, that smell must be so nice, God's desire. Yeah, I was out there just smelling the blooms. That's something I need to do too. Um, I want to get some of the leaves off of my citrus and use that and dry those to use in tea because they have the leaves have really a nice um taste, smell and taste as well as the fruit. What kind of citrus do y'all have? Gee, I was out there just smelling the blooms. Yeah. I'm in zone 9A, 9A, 8B, Vancouver Island. I'm putting my citrus out soon. I'm slacking because I need to repot all in new soils. Bad bugs hiding in the bottom of the pot. Oh, yeah. I already bought larger pots for my citrus for the end of the season. I up potted most of mine end of last season, but I'm gonna up pot them again at the end of this season. So I got bigger pots already. Just waiting on them. Um, so there's that, and I need to get some even bigger ones for the next time up. I have a bunch. So I have lemon, lime, grapefruit, satsuma, kumquat, and calamondin. My kumquat, I think, is dying. Um, it produced I bought it like, excuse me, I bought it last May. When I brought it home, it had flowers on it, and it produced all winter long. All winter long. I had kumquat in the garage. It was still putting on fruit, and then all of a sudden, it started dropping leaves. I don't know what happened, but it started dropping leaves, and so I think it might have gotten too dry. I don't know, but yeah. Let's see. I have lemons, limes, satsuma, grapefruit, and variegated lemons. Okay. And let's see, and kumquats. Um, yeah, the kumquat's the only one that's produced so far. The lime, I just bought it last. The lemon and the lime I just bought last year, and um, it the lime had a fruit on it, but it dropped the fruit. The fruit never matured. It dropped the fruit. Both the lemon and the lime had flowers on it at some point, but it did not produce fruit. I'm thinking once it gets established outside this year, we may get fruit on it. May get fruit on it. I'm hoping so, anyways. I worry about the citrus um because it gets cold. It does get cold here. Um so I do worry that it's not going to survive the cold. I have citrus also. I keep them in my apartment in the winter. No fruit yet, but some are just coming up on year 3, so maybe this year. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it does get cold, and so I worry that they're not going to survive here. I tried to get things that were um, at least a little bit hardy. I know that the calamondin should do fine outside once it gets some size on it, and they're about um, that thick right now. About So I'm thinking once it gets some size on it. Hey, Mike. Once it gets some size on it, I'm probably gonna um, put them in larger pots and leave them out during the winter. But so far, Mike said, fellow said, "Well, if you needed the rest, you need the rest." I hope you feel better. Got some rest. But yeah, I think it's kind of weird. On the one hand, with the citrus, I'm afraid that it's we get too cold. But then with the cherries, I'm afraid that we don't get enough cold. So there's that. Oh yeah, too. That's the other thing too. I'm My fig tree, the big one, the Celeste fig, the big one, has got so many little suckers coming up underneath. I'm like, I should dig those up and repot them, and I don't know, sell them, or I don't know. I don't have enough room in my backyard to have multiples of them. But it's like last year I did cuttings, and I got two in containers that I rooted last year. I had more, but I gave some of those away. And I'm like, should I pot up some? Should I dig up some? Should I pot up some or not? I don't know. So I hate naps. I feel like I'm missing out. He says, I hate naps. I feel like I'm missing out. Rainy and cold out. Oh, I like naps. That's because I'm old, y'all. So when y'all get old like me, you'll start to like naps again. Now, the reason I like naps is because I don't rest well at night. And so, in order to get enough rest, I need some naps sometimes. GT Jr. said, Celeste Fig Suckers sounds good. I don't even know what they're called. All I know is that they underneath my whatever, y'all know. There's things growing up underneath the tree. There's more trees growing up underneath the tree. And it's got, I don't know how many, half dozen, no, a dozen or more limbs that are coming up out of it. It's not like one main trunk. It's like a whole bunch of them coming up, and then there's little ones, and then some of them grow out, down and out. And so where it hits the ground, it has roots in there. It's like, well, if I just cut it off right there, I'll have a root there. I don't even have to root the thing. I could just cut it off and go plant it over there and, another tree. So I don't know what I'm going to do, though, because, like I said, room is at a premium in my backyard. My husband says I don't have enough room for any more trees, and I'm like, but there's still grass. I think as long as there's grass, there's room for trees. You don't need grass. You can't eat grass, so you can put a tree there, right? Did GT Jr. grows in Alaska? Do you have fig trees? Oh, GT Jr. has bunches of fig trees or cuttings, or I don't know what you call them. This is why I think I might be running out of gray yarn. But I think I might have some more. I have to go and check and see if I have some more of it. Because that's all that's left of this one. I think that's enough to do at least 2 more squares, but I'm not sure. But we'll see, we'll see. So, GT Jr., how many figs do you have? I want different figs. I'm old. I still hate them. You are not old. How you talk about I'm old? You are not old, honey. I need small fig varieties. One that is 3 feet tall already, only 2 more feet in this tower. Okay. I'll be 53 in June. Just a baby. Just a baby. 51, just a baby. I would tell y'all when my birthday is, but then you would know. I'll be 62. Next time I talk to y'all, I'll be 62. Because I'm going to have a birthday this week. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be epic. I built an indoor tower to grow large things like squash. You forever building something. I need you to build. I need you to build something for me. Actually, I need to build something for me. I got to get outside. I got stuff. I got things that are falling down, and I know I can do better. I can just do better. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to get out the tools and go to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I thought we just had your birthday month. First of all, Mike, um, my birth month is January, February, March, and April. So when the new year rolls around, I start celebrating my birthday. Always. Because I just do. And when I was younger, I used to celebrate my birthday for a week. And then I got older and I started celebrating for 2 weeks. And then I got older and I started celebrating for a month. And then I got older and I started celebrating for 3 months. So now I celebrate all year long. Every time a new year rolls around, I start celebrating my birthday because every year is special. So this is anniversary of my birth year. It's the 62nd anniversary. And so yeah. See? Have a birthday month. That's right. At some point, you realize that you need to celebrate more because life is that special. So yeah. And yes, I did buy the green stocks for myself for my birthday, but that's not my birthday present. My birthday present is the cruise. I'm going on the cruise. That's really my birthday present. But the green stock is my little birthday present. The cruise is my big birthday present to myself. And who knows, I might even have another one present, that is. Because I like to give myself things. I really do. I need to call my son. My son's birthday and my birthday are the same, so I can't tell you when my birthday is because I don't have permission to tell anybody when his birthday is. But my oldest son and I share the same birthday, and I need to see if he's coming home to celebrate with me, or if I need to go and hunt him down. Because yeah. Um, but it's funny because we share the same birthday, but not the same birth sign. Because I was born in the morning. And so my sign is one thing, and he was born later in the day, and his sign is a different one thing. Um, that's kind of cool. Where is So y'all have all of the information now. I gave you all the information. Oh Lord, I have at least 10 different fig cuttings growing. GT Junior says 10. Let me see. Do I have 10? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I only have 5. I might have had 10 last year, but I gave some away. Um, but I don't have varieties. I need more varieties. Um, but I'm not buying any, y'all. I'm not buying no more stuff today. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April the 15th. Have you done your taxes? Yeah, let me look at this up because I'm not sure. Ooh, that's pretty funny. Oh, okay. That's pretty funny. Mm. Why am I so dry today? Let me see. I have a lot of potting up to do. I plan to take off one day to just garden today. LOL. No, not today. Uh, I have to pot them up from the solo cups this year. Okay. A lot of potting up to do. Same GT Junior. I have so much to do. I do too. I have got too much to do to get paralysis. Um, Same thing. I have a banana in a solo cup. It was about 8 suckers on it. What? I went to, this has nothing to do with gardening. I'm going to set up my record table tonight. I have to get like 30 mail calls and 80 seed hauls. What? I just bought a banana tree from Baker Creek. God's desire for me. You have got it bad. Yes, you you caught the bug. You have got it bad. Oh my goodness. Wow. Y'all, I went to the international market today. And first of all, I don't know why I don't go over there more often because they have everything. I was in there and I was like, they have banana flowers, fresh banana flowers at the international market. I was like, why don't I shop over here more often? Well, mainly because it's 30 minutes away from my house. But she's like, I'm trying to establish my orchard. Okay, I got it, girl. I got it. Get your orchard established. Get it established. Yes, yes, indeed. Are you putting your plants in ground or are they in containers? Y'all, I love Mike and GT Jr. because they make me seem normal and not crazy. Because when I start looking at what I have and the number of things that I have going on, and then I say, oh no, I'm good because Mike has got a zillion 21-gallon tubs. Okay, where did you get your tubs from? That's what I need. I need some 21-gallon tubs. That's what I need. Where did you get them? They make you buy more? No, they don't make me buy more because I have more stuff. Do you see what all of these things that I have? It took me forever just to get them. Oh, at Home Depot. Okay, it took me forever just to get them organized, and I got mail from FR Humphrey a year ago. Mike, wait a minute. Stop. That's because you've been doing work in your house, though. So, I mean, I understand that because y'all, y'all, yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, I need to get some of those 21-gallon tubs because and I got to figure out where to put them because I do want more. I thought I had a lot. Wow, wow, wow. Like GT Junior, no, 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 no. You're not gonna go. You're not coming for Mike. No, no, you're not. You're not coming for him. Wife is still making changes. Plus, with the economy, I doubt I'll finish the house. Oh, yeah, that part. Don't come for Mike because he's been doing some real work on his house this year and he's had things in storage. And he hasn't been able to get through to things because of that. So you're not coming for Mike. I'm just saying. Nobody came for you when you was working on your chicken, um, getting your chickens out of your garage. So yeah, I'm just saying. Give the brother a break. Give him a little grace now. Now next year, if he says that he got something from me 2 years ago that he still hasn't done, then you can get on it. If Mike has what we both have combined, we work. Oh, I'm trying to do better, but y'all saw these peas. No one person needs this many packs of peas. I should have sent some of these to somebody else. Nobody needs this many. I've got 2 whole containers full of nothing but peas. And We don't even get but 2 weeks of spring. So when am I going to grow those? Exactly. And that's the problem that I have. It's like yes, they do. They need all the peas. All right, if you say so. If you say so. That's just like the pink or purple whole peas. Once you grow them, you got well here, anyways, in Alabama. Once you grow them, you're gonna have them because every time one of them falls and hits the ground, it'll sit there all year long, and then the next year it's gonna pop up. I have them coming up in my grass. Um, and I every year I transfer some out of my grass into the bed, because it doesn't make any sense to ever plant anymore because they're gonna keep popping up. I've already got at least a half dozen that have popped up in the beds, and another half dozen that have popped up in the grass. So I've got more of them than I need for this year. I don't even eat them that way. It's like I have about 10 to 15 seed halls, and that's it. I don't do seed halls anymore. I do. I don't video seed halls anymore. I buy seeds all the time because if I go to a store that sells seeds, chances are I'm gonna pick up some. Right. And that's the thing I was telling people. We were on, I don't remember whose channel it was. I think it was I don't remember. They were talking about survival seeds. What would be your list of survival seeds? And one of the things I would say is if you're not growing cowpeas, black eyed peas, pink eyed purple hull peas, lady cream peas, Texas cream peas, zipper peas, any of those. If you're not growing any of those kinds of peas, um, you might want to think about growing them because you can get one package of them and grow them this year, and then you will have them year after year after year. You'll never have to buy the seeds anymore. You'll have plenty of seeds, and um, yeah, it's one of those survival seeds. If you wherever you go, if you take a few of them with you, you can establish them. You can have a food source. It's a survival seed. That's definitely one. And winter squash, that's another one. I think is a survival food. Pick the one you want that you like the best. But whichever one it is, pick that one and grow it because they store well. They keep same with the peas. They store well. You don't have to do anything particular. You don't have to can them. You don't have to freeze them. They store well, and they are prolific seeders. The seeds are easy to collect, and yeah, you have a lots of um, those are survival foods. Yes, walking onions. We talked about that earlier, Mike. The walking onions. I finally got some this year, and I'm hoping that they will take off because I want onions. I use onions almost every day. I had the sweetest. Hang on. Yeah, that's a great problem to have. Food in the grass. It is. I had a million marigolds everywhere last summer. Fall, winter. Normally seeds die because it's too cold. Yeah. Um, I had the sweetest tomatoes a few days ago. It was so good. Um, the tomatoes that are growing inside of my house are really good. I'm gonna try to grow some tomatoes outside, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get any outside this year. I didn't get any last year. What are the conditions for Minneapolis? Did you grow them to GT Junior, the tomatoes? Weather for Minneapolis. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 42 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the northwest at 20 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 66%. 42 degrees. Oh, yes, I grew them. What kind of tomatoes? Um, my sugar bomb tomato that I got from the grocery store is um is has tomatoes on it. That was the one that I planted last year in a container and drug it into the garage this winter and drug it back out this spring, and now it has tomatoes on it. It's a grape tomato and really, really sweet and nice. I'm excited for it. It was 65 night the other night, fake spring. Well, my water is gone. My mouth is dry. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Get some more water, I guess. Sunchokes, aka Jerusalem artichoke, are also a survival type of food. Year-round harvest of tubers once established. I was I don't know anything about Jerusalem artichokes. I keep hearing people talk about them, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know how you cook them. I don't know what they taste like. I know nothing about them. So I wonder about that. Asparagus is another survival food. They take over to. I've got asparagus in a container. I'm thinking about transferring it into a larger container. Um, this is my second year with it. I don't even know when you start harvesting it. Um, I think it's trying to die, so we'll see. I might get some more and try again. Um, but yeah. I was gonna ask you. Oh, Edo. Do y'all know Edo? Edo. It's a tuber of some ilk. They have it at the international market. I almost picked up some to see if I could grow it. Our community garden is overrun with asparagus. Really? I love asparagus. It's finally coming up. I'm growing it in grow bags, putting some in the ground. Yeah, I put mine in a container. I just didn't know what to do with it. I just, on a whim, and I was ordering seed last year from, I think it was M.I. Gardner. I was ordering seed last year from M.I. Gardner, and he had asparagus. So I said, let me try this. And so we're at the second year, and yeah, it's a cousin to elephant ear. Yes, Edo is a cousin to elephant ear. Like I said, I saw it at the international market. I was like, maybe I should pick up some of this. Well, the thing about the international market, I don't know why I don't shop there on a regular basis. I was asking every time I was seeing something, I would go, dang, I should shop here more often because they had a bunch. I mean, they had a bunch of stuff. They had all of this stuff that I guess if we had a whole, well, no, they had more stuff. They had all of the stuff. So, anyways, I went there today and I got only produce. Did I get anything other than produce while I was there? Oh, yeah, I did get some rice noodles. um, I don't eat rice noodles very often, but I like to keep some in the house for those occasions when I make soup or something and I want to put a noodle in it that's not um, wheat based. So, but yeah, I got um, only produce, and all of it was like nice, and there was choices, and yeah, and all of the stuff. You're sell guinea pigs? I did not look at the meat section. They have a pretty good seafood section and a huge meat section um, over there. I didn't even look. Didn't even look. I just went there for produce. It's like uh, I should have, but I didn't. I don't know if they have guinea pig or not, but they have all of the other things. They have lots of things. I don't know. Mike says I want to try Nutria. I don't want to try Nutria, but I would if I was starving. I wouldn't turn my nose up to it. Sure wouldn't. Like a pig and a guinea pig had a baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, is that good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all, I'm making progress. It looked like a pig and a guinea pig had a baby. They're big, giant rodents that live down south. I want to say like South Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, in the bayou, that part. But they're big and scary. I, they're probably not scary, but they're scary to me. Yeah, as big as a beaver, but yeah, I don't know. I would eat it though. I would eat it. That's the thing, y'all. I would eat it. I am not picky when a capybara. I'm not picky when I'm starving. You know what I'm saying? If I'm starving, if I'm hungry and I'm starving, and there's something that can be considered food, I'm going to eat it. Capybara looks tasty too. See? Look, I'm just saying, you season it well and you roast it, tastes like chicken. Starving, yeah. On a regular day, I'll pass. I, uh, yeah. On a regular day, I can pass on a lot of things. But when I'm hungry, oh, oh my word. I'm a carnivore, a grill and barbecue sauce, and I'm in. That's me, Mike. I'm serious. You roast it, you grill it, you batter it, and you deep fry it. Um, call me for supper. That's all I can say. Yeah, call me for supper. mm. So, I have a question for y'all. How do you guys start your seeds indoors? Do you start seeds indoors? Do you just drop seeds outdoors? What do you do? I know when you have shorter growing season, a lot of times you start. I mean, you have to start indoors. How do you do it? Do you use the paper towel method? Do you use the um, solo cup method, the double cup method, the um, do you use starting mix and the little seed starters, or How do you start your seeds indoors when you start them indoors? I don't start a lot of seeds indoors, honestly. I do use the paper towel method. Um, some, not a lot, but I will use the paper towel method for seeds. I'm not sure if I'm not sure a seed is viable, I will often use the paper towel method for that to see if I can get some growth out of it. Um, but I do use it. I have used the double cup method um, to start seeds as well. Um, I start a lot of my seeds in my garage because it's super warm in there. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It's super warm in there, and so it usually. Okay, I'm done with that square, y'all. So it's usually they usually start pretty fast. I keep forgetting my seeds in the paper towel. I use Seedex for my system or Cracky Method jars. Okay, that's what I want to start doing. I want to start using Cracky Method um, jars to start my seeds. Um, I use the paper towel method if I'm starting seed trees from seed. Now, when I did my pomegranate tree, I just threw those seeds in a pot in the garage. I had just a spare pot in the garage that had some soil in it. I threw those seeds in there, and when I thought about it, I watered them. And once they came up, then I transplanted them into smaller cups. But literally, I just threw them in there. Um, I don't have a unit that has the seed deck, so I haven't done that. You can use old juice bottles to start cracking method. You just need to buy the sponges. Um, yeah, I'm in New York, so I need to baby things until, yeah, to get them started. I started a lot of seeds in, what did JT Jr. say? A lot of seeds in Coca Cola and Perlite in a reusable seedling tray, the ones with the dome and the ones at Wally World with the rubber bottom. Yeah, I have some of those trays and I don't like them. And I've used Coca Cola in them and I don't like them. I don't know. I think it's me. I really think it's me. I just think I'm not, I don't know what the word is. I think I'm just too lazy to really follow through on it. So, yeah. But I do want to try the cracking method. I did something a little bit different this year with some seeds. I don't know if they're gonna die or what, but I put them in a little takeout container with a little bit of soil and a little bit of water in there. Well, a lot of water and a little bit of soil, and I just put the seeds in there and put them in the garage and see. Um, it's warm in there. We'll see if they start or if they rot. They may rot. We'll see. I'm in New York, so I need to baby things until it gets warm enough to put them out. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I don't do well with seedlings. Once I get them, I get stuff started. I can get stuff to germinate pretty well, but keeping them alive until they're ready to go out and then getting them hardened off so they're ready to go and getting them outside, I have trouble in that stage. And so there are just a few things that I really have done successfully that way. Sunflowers and Roselle, Jamaican sorrel. I've been successful over and over again going from starting them, keeping them alive, getting them hardened off, and transplanted. But for the most things, tomatoes sometimes Tomatoes and peppers is here or there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does. I'll have good germination, really good germination, and then they just start dying off one after the other. So I just, for the most part, for a lot of things, it's like if I can't direct sow it, a lot of times I don't grow it. It's like, yeah, like peas and beans and things like that, I can direct sow. I'm never gonna start them inside. That's crazy. It's just like, why would I start them inside when I can direct sow them? I mean, it's the possibility that you can get a jump on the growth, um, but I don't think it's worth it to me. I think if they get established outside, yeah, yeah. Drop your link, Mike. Hashtag drop. Um, anybody who wants to drop your link, hashtag drop. Um, you can use old juice bottles and stuff, Cracky. You only need to buy the sponges. Yeah. Mike, I was on Temu the other day and I had picked up some the Cracky net cups and the Leca balls. And in my cart, actually they're probably still in my cart. And I was like, I'm not buying this. Temu not getting no more money out of me. They think they slick. They're not getting no money out of me. Um, I thought, but it is. I mean, it is what it is. A B C D T Moo. Do I even have anything? Yeah. How much are these Leca balls? Almost sold out. I don't want. I don't want 30 pounds. Are you crazy? They're sold out. All the smaller ones are sold out. Um, but yeah, I almost um bought some. That's crazy. And I said, you know what? I'm not buying this. I'm not buying nothing. But I do need to buy something. I need to buy some netting. My fig is in Leco Pebbles. Hashtag drop. Okay, you guys. Mike has dropped his link and Hoodstead has dropped her link. If you guys are not connected, please check them out. My fig is in Pebbles. My trash can pepper is going outside. Going outside will be. Oh, you can reuse them. Okay, or lava rocks if not dyed. Okay, I need to do a little bit of digging into the whole process. Um, like I said, I had my cart was full of all of the things, and I was just about to buy them, and then all of a sudden I said, I'm not doing this. They're not getting all my money. They're not getting all my money. My money. So I didn't buy it, but I really didn't need it at the time. I was just being extra. I do want, oh gosh, I do want some netting. I should grow a trash can pepper. I can grow peppers perennially. Really nice. I did have a pepper in that same container with the tomato, but the pepper didn't make it. The tomato made it, but the pepper didn't make it. The one that I pulled inside of the garage. Um, so, but yeah, I've got a bunch of peppers that got started to transplant into my green stock. I'm hoping they'll do well in the green stock. I'm hoping. Can be anything non-reactive. I was thinking of putting lava rocks in my citrus soil mix. Plants just need something to hold them up in a hydroponic solution. Yeah, that part. And I get that. I mean, I did do that pepper one year in the vitamin bottle. Um, and I just used the sponge to do it. Lava rocks are good for soil. Did y'all see my video, my burn pile? What was left of my burn pile? My fire. I need to stop doing that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it, but you can actually sterilize the soil if it gets too hot. And so then that spot's not good for anything for a few years until it recovers. So yeah, you have to be careful about that. But yeah. All right, it's 2 a.m. and I had planned to get up at 6, but that's out the window. So good night, y'all. Happy growing. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. I'm not going to be on here much longer. GT Junior and Mike are going to tell me how long I have to stay. Um, they think it's going to be 30 minutes, but it really is just going to be 15 more minutes because I have an early appointment in the morning. My pepper in the prune juice bottle has lots of peppers. It's in rock wool. Yeah. I have an early appointment in the morning. I have to be up and out of here by 8:30. So, my time, um, not Eastern time. You heard what? 15? Is that what you heard, Mike? 15 minutes more? You're funny. Ah. I probably could stay a good 50 minutes more and it wouldn't make any difference, but I'm not going to, Mike. It was nice having you in here. Um, it's good to see you again. Hey, Jack, thanks for coming in. I don't like going to appointments. I'm liking going to this one tomorrow because it's an appointment. It's not a doctor's appointment. It's a service appointment for my car. I need to get my car serviced, and I don't have a problem with that. The only problem that I have is that it's a long ways away. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. I'll be seeing you in these streets. Take care. I have borrowed a library book on biochar. Library is getting all the good gardening books. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that I do the burn pile is because of the ashes and the biochar. Um, and I use that in my garden. But you just have to be careful that you're not doing more harm than good. Um, so yeah, I don't want to damage my soil underneath where I'm doing the burning. But yeah, as a night shift worker, I sleep when most businesses are open. Yeah. Yeah, a lot. You seem like a nice person. Well, thank you. Um, so Jack, I think most of the people in here are do some gardening. This is generally a garden talk. I talk about gardening, I talk about crafting, and I talk about life. But we keep it fun. Keep it keep it chill. Yeah. I love gardening. I absolutely love gardening. I'm out in my garden every single day. Um Rain or shine, I'm out there. I may not do much out there. I may just walk around and look at my plants and touch my plants and talk to my plants and vibe with my plants. But I'm out there every day. I go out there every single day. Um, and I garden year round, and I garden inside and outside. I have hydroponic three. I think I have 3 units going now. I have a fourth one I want to get started here in a little bit, maybe tomorrow. Hmm, I don't know. But yeah, I've got 3 units going, and then I've got in-ground, raised bed, and container gardens. Thank you so much. There's money in the chat, y'all. There's money in the chat. Money in the chat. Money in the chat. Chat, 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 chat. Thank you so much. Stay on for 30 minutes more. I kill plants, but a few escape. Mike, I'm not gonna say what I do to plants. I have good days and bad days with my plants, and sometimes they die and sometimes they thrive. So yeah. Thank you so much. Is that my first super chat? That might be my first super chat. Uh, that is very cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, I want to I keep dropping I keep trying to drown them, but they like it. I used to garden, but I lost interest. Well, I garden mostly as a form of stress relief. I do try to grow things that I will eat. For the most part, I'll try to grow things that I will eat. Now, I will grow a few flowers, but not a lot of flowers. And when I do grow flowers, I like to grow flowers that are edible. Um, so there's that. But yeah. Um, but I really enjoy it. And it is definitely a coping mechanism for me when life gets hard. I'm out in the garden, I'm digging in the soil and that. Yeah. Um it's just one of the many things that I do. Like I said, I also talk about crafting, which is I was crocheting earlier. I finished this square that I was working on. Um I have got one last one to do, number 10. I need to add the gray part onto this one. And then I will have 10 squares done, and I can look at um putting on the next color, the border color, and figuring out how I'm gonna seam these together. But we'll see. Let's see. I have a rope tub as sort of a T-Nog style 511 bucket. The Bermuda grass I grew threw in was growing out of it. Okay. I have a couple of rope tubs that have been sitting in my house for at least 2 years. I bought them to put trees in. Um, Before I bought trees, I bought the rope tubs because they were on sale for like $9 at Aldi. And I was like, oh, let me get a couple of these. And so I have two of them. And then I have some square containers, no, rectangle containers. That same thing. I was at Aldi, they were on sale for like $4. And I was like, oh, let me get a couple of these because I can, I can grow some greens in here or something. No, who knows what you're going to put in them, but at that price, it's like I can grow some food in here. So I have a couple of those too. This is when I was younger, I ripped up sod for a vegetable garden. It was backbreaking work. You know what? I dug up sod in my backyard for my first garden. I did. I dug up this not only no, I dug up the sod and stacked it level in a wheelbarrow and wheeled it over to my neighbor's house so that she could have the sod because I was putting in a garden. And she was like, I can't believe you took up the sod. You're the only street on the cul-de-sac that's got this beautiful lawn that's down with sod, blah, 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 blah. She was going on and on about me digging up the sod. And I'm like, I'm growing some food. This was 20 years ago because my son was a toddler at the time. And so it was like 20, 22 years ago when I did that, dug up that side. And it is backbreaking. It really is. Um, I gardened for a few years in Los Angeles. I got my last big tubs from Depot. They seem sturdier to my cold weather. Yeah, Gazazar was saying she got her 21-gallon containers from Home Depot. I need to get some of those for trees because I'm probably gonna I've got a couple more trees I'm gonna get that I'm probably gonna leave them in containers and not put them in the ground. Let's see. Dishes washed. Now it's time to drop more seeds. The cost of groceries might bring you back to gardening. Yeah, tell you what. Sod is tough to break up. Yeah, it is. It is. Need to check and see if my bucket survived the winter. Yeah, so I've got some containers out there that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I think this is like the second or third season out. I got to get those out of the garden because those things are falling apart, and I hate that when it starts cracking. So, um, I need to get those out, transfer what's in them into other containers and such. Uh-oh, did you say I like lumber? Dude, I love trees. I also like lumber. Um, so I'm a forester by profession, so of course every tree is a potential stump. Don't tell anybody I said that. Um, but yeah, I love the smell of fresh cut lumber. I dug out a border next to the fence for the wife to grow flowers. It was a lot of work. Yeah, it is. It is. But at the time, that was the in-ground garden that I had at the time, and it did pretty well. And you know what? I may do some more of that this year, um, just because my soil is not bad, so I don't need to be buying bagged soil to grow food. That part. My raised bed, I just put cardboard over grass and dump dirt on top. Yeah, mine are the same way, Mike. Most of mine are really in ground. They have cardboard and a layer of leaves and then soil on top of that and let it break down over the years. And so that part, that part. But yeah, hold on. Like Darth X said, I lost interest too, but I got back into it with fruit trees and perennial plants that come back every year. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I do. I do have quite a few trees. I mean, I don't have a lot. I'm not like some people who are totally addicted to buying trees and stuff, but I've got, you know, a dozen or so. How many trees do I have in total? I don't even know. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 trees, I think. It's not bad. I probably will eventually have about 25 or 30 all total. Yeah, something so yeah. Check out the- My yard's tiny, bums me out, but I'm by everything, so I don't want to move. Yeah, that's the thing. Just that RAM board roll of thick cardboard that HD and Lowe's sell is totally usually mentioned using it for the garden on their website. I use cardboard all the time. Um, and I just use whatever cardboard boxes that I have, which I used to have quite a bit because I would get my dog food when for Bella. I would buy her dog food from it was on what is it called? Subscription. So every 6 weeks I would get them, and I'd buy the big 30-pound bags, and it would come in a big old cardboard box. Those boxes, I have so many of those boxes. So yeah, those boxes from Amazing, and those they're huge. I mean the bag is 30-pound bags, so the hot boxes are big, and every six to 8 weeks I was getting a box of dog food, and so yeah, I have all of that cardboard, and I used it. That's what I use um, in my garden for all different purposes. Um, but yeah, when I moved into my house in 2000, I brought a bunch of bare root trees from Extension, black walnut, and Norway pine. Okay, nice. Um, yeah, I do have some forest trees in my yard too. I've got two longleaf pine, a red maple, and a cypress in my backyard. The cypress is humongous. I love it, and I have another cypress growing in a container, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I guess, I guess I have to find a spot for it. I harvest the storm damaged limbs from my hardwood trees and make slats on my table saw. Oh, nice. Um, I see Georgia gardeners with an acre backyards. Okay, my backyard is not an acre. I wish if I had an acre plus, I'd have pecan trees. One tree would take up over half my gardening space. Yeah. You can stick cut branches in the soil to root and make many trees from one. That's true. For some trees, you can do that. Yeah. I wish I had an acre backyard. Kinda. The house behind me is gonna probably go up for sale here in a little bit, and I thought about buying it. But they have a real little backyard, so I wouldn't get much more yard space for that. But I was like, yeah, I should get that backyard, and I could extend my orchard. Uh, yeah. I live beside a swamp park with lots of down trees, branches from storms. Yeah. Oh my goodness, my yard is 20 by 20 feet, half in shade, no room for one tree even. Wow, that's something. I'm in zone 4. Okay, Mike, you're in 4, right? And planted a pecan tree 20 years ago, even though it's a zone 5 tree, it's still growing. I'd use that swamp water to garden with, for real, for real. Who was it? Led had a pump in the creek behind his house. Um, yeah, he dropped a pump in that creek behind his house. I'm not exactly sure what he was using that pump for, what the water for. Was he using it in his garden or what? But I remember seeing a video. It's been at least 3 years ago, where he had dropped the pump in that creek back behind his house, the one before he moved. Yeah, yeah. You and GT. Okay, I can't even speak, y'all. are in zone for. In my life, I've planted. In my life, I've planted thousands of trees. Like I said, I'm a forester by training, and so we would plant 460 to 480 trees per acre of pine seedlings. Um, and we would plant over 1,500 acres a year. When I worked in, yeah, um, yeah, yeah, I planted thousands of trees. Uh, if I could drill down 20 feet, I'd have free water from the stream swamp. Yeah. I don't miss tree planting days. Some of those days it was so cold because we planted, tree planting season started in November and would go until about March. So it's the dormant season when you were planting. And, but it would be so cold and the ground wouldn't be frozen, but the ground would be hard. And so trying to get those seedlings in the ground with the roots in the right direction. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, planting trees. We did. We planted a lot of trees. Um, we planted a lot of trees. Your hair is cute tonight. Thanks, Mike. Um, no, I am married. I am not single. How long have I been married? I've been married 30 years. I don't even know. It's like I don't even know. Yeah. Wait a minute. What year is this? This is 2025. It is 30 years this year. That is pretty funny. Yeah, let me just check something real quick. Yeah, 30 years this year. It'll be 30 years in August. Wow. I was just thinking about it. It's like, wait a minute. My son is about to be 25 years old. So, yeah, it's 30 years. In July, not August, July. Um, oh, yeah, that's pretty wild. Who knew? That's funny. Yeah. Now, Mike, you made me self-conscious about my hair, which I'm hardly ever self-conscious about my hair. I don't care. I'm not wearing a wig tonight, so there's that. I don't have pink hair or purple hair or red hair. No rainbow colored hair today. I'm 63 years old and have never been married. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm turning 62 um, this week. Happy birthday to me. I was gonna flirt with you, and I was gonna flirt back. I'm just gonna tell you, I was gonna flirt right back because on camera and on YouTube I can flirt, but in real life I don't do that. So, anyways, Mike, stop. Stop. Looking cute, getting flirts. Look. No comment. No comment. Look, I'm just saying. No comment. That birthday glow. Time for me to go read a library book. We ran Darth off. Y'all are funny. Y'all are hilarious. Good night, Darth. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in, y'all. I'm getting ready to shut this down anyway, too, because teach us biochar. Hey, Auntie Ellen, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Did you roll over? Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. How are you today? Yeah. I'm acting like I don't have to get up first thing in the morning. I have got to be out of the house by 8 tomorrow. You don't need a hood. Your good nature is food. I have a friend of mine. So Jack, a friend of mine gifted me these party wigs. They're just party wigs. They're nothing special, but they're every color. There's like white. There's like all the colors, like white and yellow and orange and red and blue and green and purple, all of the colors. Um, and they're so cute. They're just like little bob wigs with the little bangs on them. They're so cute. And so I just wear them for fun. I think on St. Patrick's Day I wore the green one, and then I think I wore the pink one. I don't remember. I don't even remember which ones I've worn. So that's why I said I don't even have a wig. They don't even have a wig on. They're not real real wigs. They're for fun. They're just for fun wigs. And actually they're a mess because they're just plastic. La la. And they yeah, anyways. But they are for fun, and she gave them to me. She says, I bought them for you so you could wear them on your live streams. And I'm like, I will, because I like fun. And my hair is not purple right now because I haven't dyed it in a long time. I used to have my hair dyed purple. Um, it was just a temporary dye. So, anyways, how are you doing, Auntie Ellen? Are you doing okay? I haven't been following very well people lately because, life, that thing. But I hope you're doing well. I think of you all the time whenever I'm doing something. I'll show you what I'm working on. You see? It's this miter granny squares. It's going to be a blanket, and so far I've got 9 squares that are done. Well, 9 squares that have the first 5 colors. It has seven colors all total. But I've got 9 squares. I'm working on the 10th one. I got to put the gray on it, and then um, I'll be able to put the border on it and see how it's going to look when I put it together. I'm hoping it will come out right because it's supposed to have a 3D effect, um, kind of an illusion, 3D illusion when it's all said and done. And I can show you a picture of it here. It's kind of what it's supposed to look like when it's all put together and it's all said and done. Um, I don't know if it's going to look like that, but we're going to try and see. We're going to see what it looks like. I think the next color that I need to do, gray. I think the next color, I'm not sure. I think I don't even know. I don't know what the next color is. It says, I wish I could get back into gardening or building, but I have no inspiration. Um, you know, I understand that no inspiration because um, there are days when I just don't feel like doing anything, but I do something anyway. What I find is if I don't, I get up in the morning and I do my little morning routine that I need to do, and then I do something anyway because um, I'm retired. My kids are grown, got the whole empty nest syndrome. My husband is busy because he's also retired and he has his own things going on. And I can't just sit in the house and do nothing all day. I mean, I can sit in the house and do nothing all day. I don't want to sit in the house and do nothing all day. But one of the things that I do is I find things that I might like to do and then try it. Um, it doesn't, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Everything. It doesn't always work. I'm not always interested in doing like crocheting or whatever. Um, um, Sometimes I just don't feel like it. But on other things, if like when my son sent me that picture and said, "Mom, can you make this?" I was like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting. I've never made anything like that before, so I'll give it a try." And I'm willing to commit to the project. Um, but at some point, if I don't want to crochet anymore, I will get rid of all of this stuff. And it's the same thing. I have so many things that I can work on, but like I haven't painted in a while. It's not that I don't like painting, it's just that I haven't felt that I wanted to paint in a while. But today I was looking at one of my paintings that I did and I said, "You know what? I like this painting. I want to paint it again." And it's interesting. So, yeah. So, let's see. Oh, I looked over. My sweet potato has a root in the water. Nice. I've never grown slips before. Yeah. I would say grow some beans if you like beans because beans are grow some green beans. You can see the root from across the room. Okay. So, Mike, I put two sweet potatoes in the garden. I just put them out there in the garden to see what would happen. And so far, they've not rotted, and but they also haven't thrown up any slips. I'm gonna go and dig around it to see if it's putting any roots down. But I also put a couple sweet potatoes in a paper bag to see if that one will put out some slips. And I'm seriously considering putting one in some water. Um, but generally, I don't have a problem getting slips. I usually can get slips off of potatoes. They're just like there's one in the garage, I think, that has some slips on it. So yeah. Paint some rocks for the garden. I have some rocks. I have a couple of rocks in the garden that I'm considering painting because they're not pretty rocks. They're just rocks. You know how sometimes you can find rocks that are just not pretty rocks. The pretty rocks I don't want to paint because I like them because they're pretty. But I've got a couple that I, when you have maybe not. Most people don't know. My kids like to collect rocks. I like to collect rocks, and so we had to limit. We have a limit of two. You can have one rock for each hand whenever we would go someplace, and we would just and they didn't have to be pretty rocks. Sometimes you just be walking around and you see a rock and it's the right size, it fits the palm of your hand, right? Or anyways, um right. And so I have a bunch of rocks that I could paint. So I may do that. I have angst okay, you just trying to make me feel like I don't yeah, yeah, you're making me feel some kind of way. So it's like it's like I'm not making you do anything. You might feel some kind of way, but it's not because of anything that I did. How do you pronounce that word? Ennui, angst, and ennui. My parents collected rocks. I inherited them. Oh no, I'm not leaving my rocks to anybody. I mean, if anybody wants them, actually, my goddaughter would want them. Actually, she would want them. She would want them. Actually, So I guess I will leave them to her because she would want them. I was like, most people don't want your rocks. Ennui. Okay, that's how you say it. Uh, but yeah, that I used to have to limit my boys. There's two things about rocks. You can have two, one for each hand, one So when you put them in your pocket, one for each pocket, because I had to take them out when I did laundry, until I taught them how to do laundry. Um, and you can't throw them. No throwing rocks. Can't throw them. You just can't, because there's windows everywhere. There's glass everywhere, and you'll break it. So yeah, you can have two, but we have two rocks from everywhere we've ever been. So yeah, that is pretty funny though. I stack small pebbles in on my front patio. I have a front patio, and I stack small pebbles out there to see if my lawn guy is gonna knock them over, and he knocks them over every time, and I have to go back and find them and restack them. I was like, "Why do you knock?" I don't even ask. I never ask them about it or anything. I just want to see if they're gonna knock my rocks over, because I have them stacked neatly stacked. You know how they will do those little piles of rocks that you see? I forget what it's called. It's like a spiritual thing. They're like that, but they're miniature because they're pebbles, and they knock them over every time. Oh, thank you for dropping your links, guys. If you guys aren't connected, check them out. Hey, Lynette Lawrence, thank you. I had a sweet potato from last year, and it defied looking up. I see a few buds on it, and I put it into the water, dirt, and it's loaded with 3 weeks later. It was three. Okay. Yeah. See, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's mine are from the store, and sometimes the ones from the store, I think they treat them with something so they won't. Um, um, I think they will treat them with something so they don't um, grow. But I haven't had a problem with growing sweet potatoes from the store before. I get have the purple sweet potatoes are the ones I love to grow. So there's that. Let's see. Conditions for Anchorage. Conditions are partly cloudy with a temperature of 39 degrees. Whew, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. And the wind is blowing from the southwest at 7 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 61%. Whew, it's giving me chills just reading it. And it's not cold here at all. Let's see what the weather is doing. I sprayed peroxide on mine. Seems to have helped. You and your peroxide. Mike, you use peroxide for everything. I don't even know if I have any peroxide in the house, but I might try it. Weather conditions for Montgomery, Alabama conditions are fair with temperature of 62 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the south southwest at 5 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 88%. Whew, yeah, 88%. Mm. Weather for New Haven, Connecticut conditions are rain with a temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind is blowing from the south southeast at 4 miles per hour. And the current humidity is 83%. Lots of water, extra oxygen molecule. That's what's not to like. Yeah, what's not to like? This is true. This is very true. Um, all right, guys, I'm about winding down. Let's see. My dad collected rock formations in his travels. From my mom's rock garden, I played with toy soldiers on the rocks. They're big rocks, 50, 60 pounds. I have the rocks I played with when I was young. That's nice. That's not bad. I have to go. I'm sad. Don't be sad. I'm sorry. Um, I hope you feel better. Come back and visit us again. Thank you so much for being here. If I can get steady 50 nights, I'll be growing things outside. Yeah, my Starbucks sweet potatoes were soaked in baking soda for a few hours and they did well. Okay. My fenugreek is germinating. Yeah. Really? I have fenugreek seed, I believe. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. I might. I don't know. But I don't know. I thought I had some. It's one of those I thought I had, but I don't know for sure if I have. Soaked in baking soda for a few hours and they did well. Okay. I have to see that. I soaked the seeds. Okay. I haven't done much soaking of seeds to get them germinated. I need to start thinking about doing that with certain seeds. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut it short here because, yeah, I'm winding down and I really do need to get up early. So, yeah, early in the morning. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate you being here. I will be live again next week, Monday night at 11 p.m. Central Time, same place. And I hope you come back and visit me. Um, and look for a video this week. I told y'all look last week, it didn't come, but look for a video this week. Um, there should be one out pretty soon. All right. Good night, everybody. I sucked my ginger to start. Okay.